Panna Cotta is an Italian classic that is not only perfect for the summer, but also great to meal prep and can be made fairly low in calories. The classic recipe is made with heavy cream, gelatin, added flavor like a vanilla bean, and quite some sugar. This version tastes very delicious, but because heavy cream has 300 calories per 100 gram, it is also super high in calories. So, to make a healthier version, we have to swap out the heavy cream and the sugar, which luckily is not that hard. You can basically add every dairy product that you like, from evaporated milk, skimmed milk, cream or high protein milk. It really doesn't matter because of the most important ingredient of all of this, and it's the gelatin. Gelatin is an ingredient derived from animal body parts that is processed to powder. It dissolves in warm liquid and forms a strong gel when cooled down. That's why this ingredient is used to make stuff like gummy bears or in our case panna cotta. So I tried different combinations of dairy, and in my opinion the best compromise of taste and macros is this. I will use 300 grams of skimmed milk, 200 grams of heavy cream to add at least some richness, and to add protein I will add 500 grams of skyr, or you can also use 0.2% fat Greek yogurt. But you can also try your own combination of dairy. You can add no heavy cream at all and 500 grams of milk, or if you want to have more taste and more calories, you can also use only heavy cream and no milk at all. The process will be always the same, you just have to adjust the calories, but I would suggest you try this version first. Also, I will add one package, which is 9 grams of dry gelatin. If you don't live in Europe and in the US, for example, you will need to add a bit more, around 15 grams of gelatin, because in the US gelatin is not that strong. For flavor, instead of adding vanilla bean, which can be hard to find and also be quite expensive, I will instead peel a small knob of fresh ginger and also use 2 pieces of lemongrass. I will remove both ends of the lemongrass, cut it into smaller planks, and also crush them with my knife so they will release more flavor. Especially during summer, this combination in panna cotta is really refreshing. I absolutely love this. But again, you can go with other flavors if you don't like or can't find this. You can add dark chocolate and even peanut butter to make a more chocolatey version. To replace the sugar, it's quite simple for this recipe. I will use 30 grams of stevia instead, because sugar would have only the purpose of making it more sweet, and that can also be done by a 0-calorie sweetener. Okay, the recipe is quite easy. Before I start, I will first place a bowl into the fridge. I will show you in a minute why this is very helpful. Then I will take a small glass filled with 50 grams of water and add in my gelatin, mix it and set it aside so it can bloom. Now I will start with adding 300 grams of milk and the 200 grams of heavy cream into a pot, and also add my ingredients to add flavor, in my case ginger and the lemongrass. I will place this now on my stove on medium heat and slowly cook this until it barely reaches a simmer under occasional stirring. This took me around 6 to 7 minutes. As soon as it starts simmering, I will switch off the heat and remove it from the stove, close the lid and let it rest for around 10 minutes. I do this so the ginger and lemongrass will release more flavor. So after 10 minutes I will pull out the aromatics, then I will add in my stevia and my gelatin that at this point should look like a piece of gel. Don't worry, this will completely dissolve in the warm milk. I will add a pinch of salt and now take my whisk and start mixing until the gelatin is completely dissolved, around 15 seconds. Okay, now we'll take out my bowl that has cooled down quite a bit and we'll add in the 500 grams of skyr first. Then I will pour in the hot dairy and start whisking again. Remember, we have heavy cream and also skimmed milk in here. If we place this now into the fridge, the fat in the water will have more than enough time to separate again until the gelatin can build a gel and keep it mixed. To avoid that, I will keep this for 5 minutes here and keep whisking occasionally until its temperature arrives near room temp, and the cold bowl will help us arrive there faster. So after 5 minutes I will place the bowl on a scale, and now I will take 5 containers and divide the dairy mixture into 5 servings, 200 grams each. If we did your recipe exactly like me, you will have minus 1000 grams on the scale and exactly 5 servings. Before this gets into the fridge to set, I will now either take some plastic wrap and cover all of them, or if you have this reusable container with a lid, that would be even better to save some of that plastic. Either way, this now gets into the fridge for at least 4 hours or better overnight, and then you will get a super thick and creamy panna cotta that will last in the fridge for at least a week without losing any of its flavors. As a topping, the more classic version is to cook fruits with the juice of a lemon and a sweetener, but because we have already yogurt and that will add some sourness, I will instead take a small glass, add half a serving of PB2 and mix it with some water until it becomes a creamy consistency, and this is what I'm currently using as a topping, which is very good in combination with the fruity flavor of the panna cotta. The entire recipe without topping comes in with 1056 calories, 34 grams of carbs, 68 grams of fat and 72 grams of protein, meaning if you make 5 servings you will have a 211 calorie dessert with 14 grams of protein, which is not that bad considering that it contains heavy cream. So I really hope you will enjoy this jiggly Italian dessert. Click on this video to see how you can make a savory filled crepe, and see you there.